Hey everyone, this is Cover Up, the Task Force Director at Spearhead Gaming. I don't think I've ever done a video in this format before, but I thought it'd be interesting to try out. To start out, we're going to go over the operation order for this deployment. Task Force Spearhead is playing the 45th Soviet Army Group in 1980s Afghanistan. The occupation has not gone smoothly, so Soviet leadership has ordered additional reinforcements, resulting in Task Force Spearhead's arrival in the northern region of Kandildari. A high-value target is hiding out in our area of operation, and his apprehension or elimination is paramount to stabilize the local region. Current intel predicts a company of Mujahideen forces as well as Maman al-Ghazawi, who is in charge of the insurgency in this region. The task force will attempt to infiltrate the embassy and covertly capture or eliminate Maman al-Ghazawi. Thanks for watching, and if you want to come play with us, information will be left in the description below. Alright, so what do I mean exactly when I say that I haven't done a video like this before? Typically I'm a pretty quiet guy, I don't do a whole lot of commentary on my videos, things like that, but I figure it might be a little bit more interesting to watch if you know a little bit more of what's going on during the actual gameplay. So I'm going to be piping in every once in a while just to describe the action that's going on, possibly the commander's intent, and what the unit is doing at that time. So.
Alright, I appreciate everybody's patience, guys. I had to go get my nephew. He is eating a burger now, so we're good. Again, thank you all so much for waiting. Reaper, you're up. Reaper.
Right.
Skate.
Oh, sorry, muted. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, Pause, you're up.
Yeah.
Alright, Martin, I just talked to you. Gambler, you're here. Hello. Okay, so tonight we are going to be pushing south to capture a high-value target, the head of the predominant Mujahideen cell down here. In order to do that, what we're going to be doing is inserting as a unit, as a task force to the south of the objective. Basically, Chieftain and Viking are going to push out just a little bit before Reaper does. They're going to land at the LZ cement, push up to the objective King and Queen. Once they are feeling safe and able to push in, they will push on to Cobbler. While they are moving on to Objective King and Queen, Reaper, y'all are going to land and establish your hold points. The town should be stirred up at that point, so Reaper and Chieftain, just make sure y'all are hitting it as quickly as you can. Once Chieftain and Reaper is on the objective, Chieftain will set up that cordon. Viking, you will go in and hit the objective as soon as you have them, take them out. Just go to whichever LZ is safest for you. If it's over here with Reaper's alpha hold point or Reaper's rear hold point, or if we need a new LZ, just keep that communication flow going. Reaper, you are QRF for Reaper and Chieftain and Viking. So if something happens, whichever element of yours is not engaged needs to be pushing in to the objective. The biggest thing I want you to think about is don't go straight through the city to try to get to them. It would be best that you cut through here or cut around the mountain on either side on the foot of the mountain and push in the same way that they came in, so that they already know what's relatively there, and they'll be able to pull back with that.
So this is going to be Viking, or Special Forces unit, pushing into a makeshift LZ just to the southeast of LZ Hourglass. Their intent is to push onto the mountains and then get eyes down onto the town to get overwatch onto their objective that they're going to be hitting.
Gamble, I can get to left. Hey, firm listening. Chieftain 6, Reaper 7.
Alright, we'll assign teams in a second. IO on point. First bearing is 093. I guess our time.
So from here on out, you're going to be seeing a lot more icons. This is what you actually see in the Zeus camera. I like being able to actually see the enemy units moving around as well as the friendly units moving around. I figure you guys would like that as well. So it's going to be a little disorienting at first. It does only say player 1 through, whatever number, so it's not going to say their names unless I get the camera up close to them. But a little bit more, again, just an enjoyable way to view the deployment.
Why the fuck? That's a. How did the.
Look at the periscope, dude. This thing's better than binoculars, dude.
So Reaper is actually the last one to get onto the
Viking
birds
Chieftain, be advised, we're
tonight,
boots on ground,
and
heading to your position. How's that?
they actually didn't have enough spots
Copy, we are
on the
approaching
aircraft to
waypoint.
fit
Correction,
all
we are
of
on
Reaper
waypoint
in
for this
one
one.
go, so it ended up being a split insertion between two different squads. So it worked out in the end, but a little bit of a logistics oversight here in the beginning. So as Chieftain and Viking are moving across the mountainside here to get eyes onto one of their objectives a little bit closer to Cobbler, there's actually a bunch of enemies sitting up on the ridgeline, including a HMG up here, which thankfully didn't shoot at them when they were, nice and close to it, but did end up biting them in the butt just a little bit later. So this is going to be Reaper Squad 1 starting to push over to their hold point on the west side of town here. Their objective is to ensure that no one escapes outside of the town, and of course if Chieftain or Viking suffer any kind of mishap, including mass casualties, they're able to push into the town and then respond and help out.
Yeah, it looks like they're doing some ambient.
So this is Viking again. They have pushed onto the first compound on the outskirts of town. Same thing, just observing any possible enemy presence on the inside of town prior to making their next movement.
Alright, I'm lowering my view distance.
And of course you have Reaper Squad 2, the last squad to join the battle, moving over to their hold point on the southeast side.
Hey, firm.
Yo, Cookie, you're with Ghost, so stick with him.
The task force up to this point had done a pretty good job maneuvering up to their different battle points. When contact was actually initiated, when the enemy spotted our helicopter flying around the area of operation. This unfortunately gave away our element of surprise.
What's up, Martin?
Up on the ridge.
Hold it the intersection. Hold it the intersection. Alright, so we HP Tango, there is, so yeah, so these are like walls, right, and there's an entry point around there. But there's like one dude patrolling around there, but there's an MG set up. So what we're going to do is we're going to cross the road with cover to the east, and we're going to breach here instead.
Where? Here you said? Okay. Alright.
Yeah,
Cool.
there. And then that should keep us out of eyes of it. It's just your guys might want to rethink how they're going to get to the Chieftain 5 spot, because this looks like it's defended quite heavily. I'm not sure how you're planning on doing that, but just a heads up. And then this is like the default Arma 3 office building. Sandbags inside it. There's a hospital to the north of that. All the buildings on the west are barracks, but yeah, it doesn't really affect you. But main thing to note, MG's to the south.
Okay. Hey, you said they're all in the red zone. Were there anything in the zone here?
Didn't really get eyes on these buildings. We just got eyes on this road, to be honest.
Okay.
And there's dudes like patrolling around here.
Spirit 6, Chieftain 6, message over.
Send it.
Roger. Mortars observed at yellow 5 marker in OBJ Cobbler, over.
Good copy. You seeing a mortar pit in objective Cobbler?
Roger, it's going to be building 5, yellow 5, over.
Tango Mike.
So at this point, the task force knows that they're in contact. They know that the enemy is ready for them, so violence of action is going to be key, as well as good security.
Hold.
And now we're going to see Viking initiate first contact with the enemy inside of the
U4
town.
push forward into the blue compound.
Chieftain Viking, there is an enemy break.
Keep moving. Alright, get into the blue building.
Chieftain Viking, the green buildings are not clear. We've bypassed them. We took down one contact. We're pushing into the blue buildings now.
Chieftain copies.
Once you get to building 9, I'll let me know.
It's important to note that most people actually don't have personal radios. This is the 1980s, so the only people with radios are going to be the squad leads and the commanding officers who only have the long-range radios for their backs. So communication is really limited between squads inside of their teams and otherwise, so you have to stick really close together in order to communicate effectively.
Yeah, push back out and then you should be able to go right.
You can see here that Chieftain 1 on the left side of that road there is starting to move up to the Chieftain 1 position. Reaper over here is still holding security over at their hold point on the southwest side.
He's bringing Clever to us, and then he's taking one back with him to have cover, I guess. I don't know.
Vikings Chieftain, we just had one guy surprise us out of the green zone area. We're still up and moving.
Copy.
Viking Spearhead.
Send it.
Be advised, there is one times a heavy machine gun facing west onto the road just south of Objective Cobbler. 250709995. It's right on your breach point.
Copy, yeah, we've seen.
Alright, Viking on me, let's go.
Chieftain Viking, we are going to read this at the road by the first lamppost if you guys want to set up to the north of our breach point, over.
Hold, Viking.
Copy, I got a team moving over to you right now.
Somebody doing something on the road over there.
Alright, I'll hook left there, you hook right, and then Chief sit across.
I think there's a really important lesson to learn here. They do a great job at getting on security on the LDA immediately, but as soon as they feel like it's clear and they start taking contact from another area, you'll see this guy here on the right reduces his security to the right, and these two guys walk around the corner and just start riddling Chieftain with bullets. He does end up doing a fantastic job at clearing the threat as soon as he realizes what's going on.
Listen to instructions.
Drag him in here, drag him in here.
Alright, I'm gonna stabilize his wound and I'm dragging him.
9 on the map.
Alright, the sun's come out, so we're going to get rid of that night vision overlay, but of course daytime comes with you know, good and bad. Of course it does make the enemy easier to see, but it makes us easier to see as well, and now that we are in full-blown combat, is a much more dangerous situation than when they were entering the town.
Yeah.
After that frag.
Please don't crash me.
I just took another fucking round.
Smirky.
Right, and this is going to be the attempted breach onto the embassy compound. I'm
Any
going to
calls on
let
this
the
net?
footage speak
Fire in
for
the hole,
itself
fire in the
here.
hole, fire in the hole, breach point.
You got many contacts on your left inside that wall.
Let's push it then.
Your whole team got wiped right here.
Vikings got a man down.
Down the way, down the way. Watch, fire.
Bobby, I'm on
Right, I'm going right. Ready, please. Changing.
Smirky, give me a confirmation on how many Viking are down.
I got at least 5 Viking down right now. Stand by.
Spirit 6, Chieftain 6, be advised, Viking is mask has at this time, break. Currently had a hard knock, taking contact to the north and east, setting up a cordon so that we can help out Viking break. Currently, Chieftain has 1 times casualty, but we're still able to push over.
Good copy. Reaper, Spearhead, get your hold point Alpha over to our position.
Right here.
Alright, good.
Go on to Reaper 1 on the southwest side of the AO, now dealing with the consequences of missing that dish composition up on the hill from earlier.
Chief and G advise that pack has been expedited to your position.
Roger, Tango Mike.
Skills is down?
Where is he?
Spearhead 3 Viking, I believe Bearcat got armoured. If you could fix that and put him back to us, please. Over.
Roger, I have fixed it. He'll be there momentarily.
You know, honestly, if Task Force Spearhead is good at anything, they're really good about getting casualties back up and into the fight. Now that everyone's good to go, we're pushing a little bit harder into Objective Cobbler itself now, which has the high-value target somewhere inside, but they are taking very stiff resistance from atop the hospital in the form of mounted heavy machine guns, which you can see Viking here engaging through the small windows inside of this office building.
It's down at the time. Down at the time.
Alright, we're breaking down. We're
Copy,
moving
Tango
over
Mike.
one building. I want the building right to our east. Yep, keep watching north.
Another quick point, if you ever have indirect fire landing anywhere near you, pick a direction, run 300 meters minimum, get out of the zone where that indirect fire is landing.
Let's go. You gotta run. Got it. Ghost, you guys get back there.
And Aviation does a great job at wiping out an insurgent-held fortified building.
I'm leaving.
Hey, Houston, that MG on the red hospital is back up.
Shoot him.
At this point, due to all the casualties suffered by both Chieftain and Viking, the task force commander does make the decision to pull Reaper in to the fight, get a little bit closer to Chieftain and Viking to better support their movements onto the objective.
Send it.
Wait, where is he?
Roger, currently at this time I have 2 KIA, 1 times uncon, the rest are still good in the fight. Break. I established my cordons to the northwest and the southeast, over.
Okay, good copy. We'll get them reinserted as soon as the gambler is done refueling. Break. I do have 1 time Reaper squad pushing into that red zone, try to deal with that contact that you're getting for you.
Copy, Tango Mike.
It sounds like another MG on the red hospital that we can't see, maybe slightly lower down.
So here you can see a Chieftain pack doing a great job securing the east side of the compound over here, or at least the gate, that is. Don't forget your battle buddy, though.
There's
Volcon, Viking is currently in building 12, Red Hospital.
Left the 2-story with red roof.
Viking, say again.
Just letting Chiefs know we're in the Red Hospital.
Spirit Chieftain, we're clear at building 5 as well, over.
Push right.
Good copy, we're just trying to get eyes on it.
Alright, I'm going to open the door, you two so we can see. Check your fire for HG. 3, 2, 1. Something to the left. Right there, hook left. There's a guy who stood up looking away.
Is there any other rooms in this building that need to be open because we can't open anything? Or do you want to just leave it and we can try another building?
Yeah, Abram, try another building. I'll put all the stuff that's in there, another building.
Copy, we're gonna UTP is out and we'll hold for a second.
There isn't really a super great place to wrap up this video, so I'm just going to leave you with this. Everyone did a great job tonight. It was a lot of fun getting to watch it from the higher up perspective. Again, if you want to join in on Spearhead Gaming, information is in the description on how you can do that. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, no matter where you are or what you're doing. I hope that the world is good to you, and hopefully we'll see you again in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Go out for Chieftain. Chieftain 6 down. I just need to say rep. I haven't heard from you guys.